originating in Jacksonville, mortgage brokers Jacksonville, have your VA do that one at a time.
And then it pops up a list.
Correct.
And then, of course, if I go to the site, there's a contact us.
Yes.
And your VA puts the same message in every single one. With a little grunt work involved, right? But only once. Only about once a month. And by the way, when they do it the first time, they're going to keep the list, so they just go back and do it a month later again, right? God, you guys ain't going to be able to handle leads just this alone. Like, we just quit. Let's sell houses. Let's go home.
The most important thing is when you submit your email to these people, to these brokers, whoever you're going after, is to make sure it sounds personal. You cannot have it sound like a canned spam message that someone's copying and pasting. So that's a little bit of copywriting. Maybe your VA takes a look at their website, inserts their name, things like that to make it sound personal. Because if it looks like a spam message, they're going to hit delete because that form gets used by spam.
Well, if their name is published on the site, the person you're emailing to just have the VA say, hey, John.
Hey, John, thanks for putting the site up. Maybe mention something on the site that caught their eye, why they want to work for them. If they have accolades on the site, have your VA kind of insert that accolade in that message. But the main content of that message stays the same. It's exactly what the purpose is.
Yeah, and I don't think it has to be that personal. I mean, if they know you're in their city and you're looking for buyers in their city, as far as I'm concerned, that's personal enough. And they'll certainly respond. All right, anything else?
No, I just wanted to add that this works so well because your open rate is nearly 100%. Because normally these are leads coming in their site, and they're getting an increase in their income for not doing anything different than what they normally would. So it's like a no-brainer for them to give you these leads.
And while you're at it, I'd have your VA take the same list and do a follow-up 3 days later. Say, hey, haven't heard from you yet. Did you get my email? And have it threaded so it's on top of the email you sent 3 days earlier. Guys with me? Got it? Pretty good stuff, eh? All right. Any other?
If you're so inclined to have your VA, you can also call as well. The phone number's there. Obviously, respond to an email. So that's another way to do it multidimensionally.
I'm going to put you on the spot the other day. I might put you on the spot today, too. Okay, I'm building an email. First of all, I've got a simple site set up where I can capture names of potential buyers, and I got a simple sheet on there where they can put in the information of what they're looking for, how much money they got, and how much they want to pay per month, and their email address and their phone number. That's pretty much all I care about, to tell you the truth. All right, now am I going to load that site up with buyers? I want 500 people on my list, and I'm going to give you 5 days just because I'm generous. After which time you're dead. What am I going to do? I'm going first. Okay, he's going first. He's learning. Testing. Good. Yeah. I'm going first this time because I learned my lesson yesterday. Or on Friday. But the first strategy I would use for local buyers is probably press releases. Press releases?
Using press release. So if you weren't here on Friday, what a press release is a website that allows you to create a sort of an article or a document that you would get out to the media. And there's several free press release sites. The one I'll give you right off the top of my head, probably the most powerful one, is prlog.com, or .org. I'm sorry, prlog.org.
prlog.org. Okay.
And this will allow you to write about 500 word press release about what your service is.
And this press release will be about how we are catering to all of those people who can't get qualified for loans, and 82% of the people cannot qualify for loans and want to buy a house. We do not believe that should stop them from buying a house. We understand that if they lost their credit, it does not make them bad people, and we're on a mission to get people into houses and turn this economy around.
Exactly.
All right, that's the press release.
That's it.
That's the press release.
So exactly what Ron said, put that in your press release, talk about your local area, and have everything go to your squeeze page. Now, if you don't want to use a free tool, I would
page. Stop now. This is a real estate class.
That's right. Okay. Your lead capture page where you're getting their information that you already
just described.
That Ron just described, exactly.
You guys go to jackshomedeals.com. JacksHomeDeals, JAXHomeDeals.com. You'll see my website that they set up, incidentally, and you'll see the page that we have on there to capture their information. Look, I don't care if you just do some simple little page. Hey, we'll sell you this house for these options, no bank qualified, blah, 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 blah. You can take a copy right off my site and then guide them right to that page. That's probably even better. If you just had those 2 things on that page. And so you can capture get them on your buyers list. That's all you care about. Now, of course, you're supposed to have the houses you have for sale on the same site. But, if you don't have that, I still don't care. I want them on the buyers list. That's the most important asset you got in selling houses, is that buyers list. Okay? So, prlog.org is the free press release. And then there you put your URL that drives it to your site that tells them what you do, that captures your names that they're interested in. Correct. Okay? And these press releases cost nothing.
Those press releases cost nothing. If you've never written a press release before, you can have someone write it for you using a service called textbroker.com.
TXTbroker.com. Wow. Where's the work in this? Probably some work somewhere. All right. But in the second time, I got to move on. This is Bernard. This is Francis's brother, smarter brother of the two, I think. Just give in Mike Lincoln, who we are very quickly. Microsoft guy here.
Hi guys, I flew in here from Seattle just to be here at the event. I used to work at Microsoft for 4 years, helping start Ad Center, which is pretty much Google AdWords, but for Microsoft Ad Center. Okay. So I know exactly what everyone's searching for online, and I know how to get your needs. Okay. So to add to Francis's thing, when you are doing the press releases, make sure that you actually do it in the local area, so you actually select where those press releases are going to be shown. So you can select Jacksonville, Florida, you can select all the surrounding areas, and they give you about 5 options, so make sure that you select it locally. Okay. But the best thing that I would do is actually I'll go right to Google AdWords, because 80% of searchers are on Google, and that's the highest search, it's actually the #1 search engine in the world. So if you think about it, the top site is Google, second site is Facebook, and the third is like YouTube. If you go to Google AdWords, you can set up an account, and you can set it up for free, because all you do is type in Google AdWords coupon in Google, and you'll find a $100 coupon floating around there, so you get free advertising. And all you need to do is call up Google, and they'll set up the Google AdWords for free for you, because if you're a new advertiser, what they offer is called a quick start program. That means you have 30 days with a Google representative who will build your account, find the keywords, create the ad for you. All you need to do is give them that squeeze page or that landing page that Francis was talking about, and they'll do all the work for you. So now I'll give you two things here. One is a Google AdWords rep, and you also have $100 to use for advertising. So we're talking about pay-per-click here, and we're going to just bid on keywords that drives them to our same site, that tells them what we do, and puts them on our buyers list. Exactly. Okay, what do you think we'll be bidding on these kind of keywords just off the top of your head without doing any research? Well, you're on the spot, your life is on the line. Absolutely, you don't need to do any research because a Google AdWords rep will do it for you, and they'll give the minimum bid for you. There you go. So what I would do is start on the lowest possible bid because you want to see if it's working or not, and again, you have the $100 to play with. And once you get that $100 all spent and you have all the data, you can see which keywords are working and which ones are not, and only start bidding on the ones that are working. There you go. Who would pay a penny for a buyer's name? Who would pay a dime? Who would pay $1? Guess which of the 3 of you is going to be the most successful? Ye who will pay the most to get the customer will always outdistance ye who won't in any industry. And frankly, if you think about the dollars that you guys bring in, with the small amount of risk you got to take on the front end, and pick up you $1 name, put somebody on your buyer list, who cares? Who cares? Of course, that's actually money you have to spend, so that sucks, right? So if you don't like that plan, then you can go do the PR, it's free. All right. Google AdWords, and who should be doing all of that crap you just said? How about your VA? All right. So, you got a mic? Okay. All right. The last one. What's the third hottest thing we can do to get buyers?
I'm gonna say that as the world's laziest marketer, I'm going to go with my original idea and have a VA reaching out to mortgage brokers and realtors because I'd rather have them spend their time, their money, than just give me the bread and butter.
Well, that's fair enough. You can't claim that one since you came up with it. Okay, then I guess you live. All right. Between the three of these things, you guys see that there's literally no chance that your buyer's list won't be huge. Hello? And do you see that if everybody in your community knew these three things, they'd also have a big buyer's list instead of whining why they have so much trouble finding buyers? Yes? And who's doing all the work? Your VA, because I want you to be just like him, lazy. Ye who is the laziest makes the most money. As long as they don't misinterpret, the less I do, the more I make, does not mean sit on the couch and hope. Hope is not a business strategy. That means we get other people to do this little stuff for us and bring in the leads. So thank you, gentlemen. That was great input. Thank you, John. All right, well, let's complete the rest of the cycle, because frankly, in 15 minutes, you just learned more than most of the people in the whole world know about doing buyer's list, did you not? All right. That's all online. Is there a whole other world offline? Yes, and you better do both. Do not rely on just one. Look, I know if you're 35 years old, you just soon do away with telephones, but the rest of the world's not going to do away with them. And some people are going to call besides. Some people are not going to have a chance to go online. Perhaps they might go by your house and see a sign in front of it with a phone number on it, and then they'll call a voicemail box. So on page 114, there's a script that you can, well, first you probably ought to set up a voicemail box. And you can do that at Pat Live. Guys, it's as good as any. It's as good as any. Set up a voicemail box at Pat Live. Most of you already have an account there. It's dirt cheap. I don't know what it is. 20, 30 bucks a month. Doesn't matter. And there's no usage per se. But if they transcribe the messages, then you pay them some little fee for doing that. There's plenty of voicemail box services out there. But, you know, why shop? A voicemail box is a voicemail box. And all you then do is set up, for example, if you need a multi-port now. I'm not talking about your answering machine at your house or Bell's, Bob Bell's answering machine. I'm talking about a sophisticated voicemail box with multiple ports. Because I would assume that most of you are going to have more than one house for sale at any given time. Am I correct? Yes? Say yes. All right. So the first thing that you need to do when you set up a voicemail box is to guide the caller to whatever house they might be calling about and give them a choice. If you're calling about the house in Mandarin, press 1. If you're calling about the house in Southside, press 2, and so forth and so on. And now each one of these is a port. And now on that particular port is the information you see on 114, the way you want it to read for your particular house. And you're going to pick up the telephone and you're going to follow the prompts and you're going to read the script after you finish the script for your use. This is not rocket science. And in fact, you're going to read it and your fumbling and bumbling should stay in it. You do not need to make it perfect. You need to sound like a human being that's not a sophisticated person that won't intimidate me when I actually come to meet them. It would be nice if you had a southern female voice read this. But if not, your voice is fine.